you guys have always kind of been XRP aligned, XRP friendly, and with the recent massive success of XRP and some kind of U.S. regulatory friendliness towards XRP, kind of their vision playing out, you guys have been kind of vindicted and also have taken advantage of this opportunity. What would you say to kind of like people who are skeptical about XRP or kind of have negative sentiment about XRP?
What would I say? I mean, most people in crypto have a negative sentiment towards XRP from what I've seen, and I get it. Like, crypto is incredibly tribal. From my perspective, I quite like XRP as an asset. Think it's interesting. Think the use case is interesting. I completely understand why people have issues with the central, what they perceive as a protocol that is less centralized, less decentralized than Bitcoin. I would argue against that. I would argue that, this gets into very sort of religious territory, but I would argue that, one of the things that differentiates centralization and decentralization is the ability to fork the protocol when there is a huge disagreement. And the reality is that you can fork XRP. They come to consensus in a different manner.
Right.
And that's kind of like, sure, you can have disagreements with that. That's fine. But from my perspective, it's the third largest asset, excluding Tether. Or maybe including Tether, I can't remember. But it's a vast asset. It would be idiotic for us, not to build a protocol that serves it.
Right. So it's almost pragmatic. Not only are you kind of aligned with the tech or the ethos there, but it's also incredibly pragmatic as an organization to kind of serve it.
I want to create something of value. You create something of value by taking something of value and transforming it. Mining oil. It's raw value, and you turn it into a useful product.